that are in this documentary, these are people who are doing things out in the community. These are people who you probably see every day, all day. These people are prominent figures into the community. They either do healthcare, one's a pastor.
The hardest part, I would say, about living out loud is the fact that like, we're not accepted everywhere.
I was watching this television show called Maury, and they had these girls on there, and they said they lesbians, and I think you got the same attributes that these lesbians have. Are you a lesbian? And I'm like, Granny, no, I'm not a lesbian. Like, I would go to hell for that. She was like, all right now. And a couple of years after that, when I was ready to accept it, I went back to my grandmother and I told her, I said, you know, Granny, I do like women and I am a lesbian. And she was like, well, you know I love you, but you know you're going to hell, right? And so she would be the first person that I actually came out to.
I mean, I think the world would be a better place if we all come out, but the truth is not all of us can come out. And so I respect that. But it makes it difficult to date, because when you tell a guy that not only are you gay and not only are you out, but that you work at one of the largest agencies for LGBT folk in the region, and your pictures in the newspaper and your pictures on the wall and your pictures on the website, and everywhere we go someone knows me and wants to shake hands or hug and kiss. How do you be discreet or down low or closeted with someone who is that connected to the community? And so I have to say, being myself, living out loud has had its benefits, but the drawback has been I've been single ever since.
Being married to Darlene is the biggest cliche in the world, because I am truly married to my best friend. And that is a cliche you hear all the time, but I'm living that. I live it.
I started the first DPS GSA, Gay Straight Student Alliance, at Northern, and it left when I left. It ended when I ended, and I'm not sure if DPS has started another one since then.
I want young black men and women who are questioning themselves because of who they are. I want them to see positive role models.
Welcome to the great city of Detroit!
So we are back with Out Loud in the D a year later, and I thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you very much for sticking with us and hanging in there. The first thing that I want you guys to do is to go around the room and talk about what has changed since a year ago. Like, what are you doing? Because before we were talking about if we were working, what our status was, our titles, and all of those different things. So tell us what's new for you and what has changed in your life since a year ago of this group discussion.
No, honestly, I think one of the things that really changed for me is I think that I've acquired some friends. Because I've been to your house, and that didn't happen before. And I feel closer to the group, and I feel that if I needed some support, I could call you.
You could have came on my house. You ain't called my house.
That's okay. That's okay. We're going to get together. We're gonna
Don't nobody like me. Y'all my only friends. I'm for real. I'm serious.
This is going to be what we're going to talk about a year from now, is how our friendship develops.
Okay.
But really, I think coming to meet all of you through this process has really allowed me to have friends. And I can't say that I had that before. I mean, yes, I meet a lot of people, but I don't know that we communicate as much as we do on Instagram and Facebook, and coming to your house during Kwanzaa, I think, and for the poetry event, it really gave me a chance to say I got some really good people in my circle. That's just one thing. And I'm appreciative of that.
That's the only thing that's changed in your life?
No, I have a very successful book, thanks to some of you and Kai. It's called No Tea, No Shade, and it's a short novel about a newspaper editor who faces his biggest fear, which is being outed. And he navigates that with his family and friends and particular people in politics in Detroit. And this book is really a blessing because I've talked to people all over the world. I've talked to people across sexual orientations, and it is really a wonderful experience to have people support that in that way.
Hello, guys. How y'all doing today? Over the past year, I graduated in network system administration. Back in school for project management. Me and my wife got pregnant. We went through that journey, and that has been amazing. I think I've been maturing too this year, and I think calm me down, kind of like the crazy laugh I was going. Just been trying to calm down and be mature and reading more and learning more about everything, culture and life and parenting and trying new things. And just living life with my family, and my sister's pregnant, so just another on, I'll be on again. Yeah, I switched jobs, and so it went from management to IT, and I love it actually. It's less stressful, same pay grade, and I really love it. So that's been my year.
Since the last time we spoke, what's been going on? As my wife stated, we are pregnant. I've gained 29 pounds, all in the front. We went through the artificial insemination process, which took a few months and was just a long process to go through. So we learned about that, and we are successfully knocked up. Still raising my 7-year-old son. I still work with inner city youth, specifically homeless girls between the ages of 15 and 21. We got married again in the States so that we could pursue second parent adoption.
Well, I've been doing a lot. But hey, y'all. The last year, actually I planned this year, last year. I did a lot of stuff for the kids. I kind of backed off from the adults because they was acting like kids, so I wouldn't play with them. So I went and did an Easter event. I did a back to school event. I did a appreciation picnic with Judy from the Bad Girls Club, and also did this cancer awareness with Judy and Natalie and Sarah and Look Alive also, which is the one I was telling y'all about from Between Women. They was there last night. It was such a wonderful turnout. And next year, there's gonna be some changes, cause I might be pregnant too.
Now? You're pregnant now?
No, it's the plan. It's just the plan. It's just the plan. I'm not pregnant. No, don't do it right now. Hold on. My second book is almost done.
Hey.
It'll be out by July.
What's the name of your first book?
Closed Wounds, The Healing Process Begins. The second one is called Closed Wounds, where the family crisis. Talk about my grandma, prostituting at 10 years old. She was rich just by stripping and doing drugs and everything. You know, my grandma was born in 1945, so that money was a lot. So she was doing all that, then that's where the drugs come into the family. And then that's where, because I told the story backwards. So like when I came, I was already mentally boom. So now I see where I went mentally boom. My grandpa dogged my grandma, you know, all that. It's dick.
Elevation Nation Media Group, an entertainment agent for media coverage and access. We create and produce inspired development video and audio content, such as films, short films, documentaries, talk shows, transformational reality shows, radio shows, podcasts, PSAs, commercials, video profiles, and video resumes. Why Elevation Nation Media Group? Because we elevate you by any means necessary. Contact us at www.elevationnationmedia.com.
So I am Material, and over the past year I've just been on a spiritual journey actually. Some people didn't understand it too well because of just life changes. I think it's because I went over that 40-year-old mark. I'm 41 now. So and I was I felt that I'm coming into my own, even though I feel like I'm coming in a little bit late, but I guess it's never too late, as they would say, or whatever. I'm writing a book called Love Needs Therapy. So I started that. I actually started the rewrite of it in September, you know, due to just stuff regardless. Also host with Mann, LGBT Radio Nation on UrbanNationRadio.com.
Yeah.
I finally got the name correct. Still with my partner. You know, just like anything goes, you know, you got the circle when you have your ups and then you have your downs and you go back on your ups or whatever. So right now I think we're right here. So that's what I've been doing for the last year.
And I forgot to mention that was my first radio station, and I had such a good time. I should have said that first. I surely enjoyed it. Everybody blew me up. Still ain't seen the shit. I said, give me a minute. I ain't even seen the shit. That's what's up. I'm glad they see this, so they is paying attention to your show.
Everybody on the seat has been on the radio station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
We appreciate y'all coming on here.
Yeah, that was
Really wonderful.
Always take away something from everybody when they come on the show.
Taking it out of the studio and going into Mo Better Blues, that my mother, I think that was the video that you had, that was the first time she heard me sing.
Oh yeah? Oh, you did such a good job.
Thank you very much.
I was really impressed. I didn't think that came out of your body.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
It's like you transformed.
Oh, thank you. And I don't think my mother has ever heard me sing at an event before, because she's not come to very many events. And so when she saw that on Facebook, she really liked it, and that was a good thing.
Yeah. And I do have to say also, I have to thank Kai for inviting me to come co-host with her, because it taught me a lot about myself and how to interact with people, because naturally I'm a shy person. Y'all may not know that because I be showing my titties all online, but naturally I'm a really shy person, and I think we balance each other out very well. So I have to thank her.
That was the 5-second delay. No, it's not actually. No.
Well, thank you.
It's my turn?
Yes.
Let's see. So the past year, I've been dealing with a 40-year-old, going through a spiritual change. You know what? There's a 9-year gap between our age, and there's always been just somewhat of a difference. I think that the way that we are at the same time, as polar opposite as we are, at the exact same time, and I heard this, I think, I can't remember who said it, but we're very equally yoked at the same time as far as the balance between us, how we are, even when we are opposite, it still works out.
I run TDJs. Go ahead.
Right. Exactly. So dealing with 40-year-old people now. What else happened in the past year? Or for a short period of time, I did have my own radio show, which it was kind of fun to do, but it
was a lot of work. It was more work for him than it was for us, because he was coming. I'm talking for you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
40-year-old people. The show was a good show. It was a fun show. It was kind of like how the Today Show or Good Morning America was. So I covered multiple different topics, local, worldwide, and did just random stuff. And it was fun to do, and it was fun finding out different things that I didn't know. But at the same time, I didn't have the passion for it. I don't think it didn't pull me to be like, okay, great, this is just what I want to keep on doing at the same time. But it was a great opportunity. I did learn stuff. Shout out to Urban Nation Radio for giving me that, period to do that, which it was nice.
Since last year, tell us what you have gained from this experience, if you've gained anything at all.
Wait. I was trying not to laugh. I'm over here trying to collect myself.
Ain't nobody collect
I think, to what Billy I said, we have gained more friendships, because I don't think, like, as close as we all are in the community, outside of my wife, of course, and Billy Ann, I don't know if I ever would have met these two or her just out, because I know I've been out forever, and it's like, that's another thing when you get married and when you are in relationships for a long time, you don't necessarily go out And then if you do go out, you know, maybe the social setting isn't such that you can have a conversation and get to know people to even know if you would hang out with them. And since then we have been in a club together and things like that where we would have walked past each other in the club before. So I think we have definitely gained friendships and just more. I don't know, just more access to the community where you don't, in a way where we didn't have to meet each other in a club or because my ex dated your ex and now we cool and that type of situation. And it's just, for me, that's been the biggest thing is friendship.
Coming from a different city, I really gained a lot of knowledge of, you guys are like some beautiful, intelligent people, and sometimes you don't get like that. You don't get that.
Who is you, Detroiters?
Detroit, Detroit, the gay community. For me, when I went out, you just go out. You don't hear about the poets and accountants and activists. Like, I didn't really understand the word activist. I would see it under people's bios, but I really didn't understand like what that meant, or like very celebrity style activists, for lack of a better word. Like people
with red shirts on.
What are you talking about? Not the celebrity. I never heard of you before I came here. No.
And that's fine with me.
I was just saying, but no, it was great for me this experience, to meet authors and just so many different type of like African American, LGBT, doing positive things. Sometimes you don't get that light, because I'm not going to get it from television. And the community just wasn't a part of my life, so it's been amazing. I've gained a lot of like insight, I would say, besides friendship, just insight into our community and what all we have to offer. And it's been amazing, honestly.
It shows that it's not just one dimension.
I've learned a lot, and I'm still learning, and it's just like peel back like the blinders, and I think that's been really amazing. And meeting my wife, just meeting things about her and like reading books, and I've picked up books I would have never in a million years picked up just from being around everyone. So that's what I'm doing.
Iology Inc., an innovative, navigational, and creative company that works with its clients from the inside out. We believe in walking our clients hand in hand, from concept creation to brand management. Our innovative process assists our clients in conceptualizing, developing, building, rebuilding, or restructuring their lives, businesses, and brands. Are you ready to be seen, heard, and remembered? Contact us at iologyinc.com.
And I think I agree with what you were going to say. It was in my head too, is the diversity. We tend to be fairly social. We do stuff at the house and things like that. And we tend to meet a lot of people coming to our house because, you'll say, okay, I'm coming. Can I bring a +1 or +2? So we meet a lot of people that way. But with the ones that actually stick, and you do form that friendship with you, the diversity is there, because because we have an age gap difference, sometimes it's hard to find those, sometimes I can be like, oh, I love them and they're cool, and Larry's like, they kids still, so I think that because we've gotten to know so many different people, and so many different, with the different backgrounds, y'all are the new couple, and then y'all are young, even though we're about the same age, but, y'all are the new couple, and just your backgrounds and things like that, like you said, I don't know if we ever would have even met each other, ever.
I have to say,
I have a radio show.
Oh yeah. I have to say what I've learned about myself is, I've learned about myself a lot in terms of what my expectations are. Someone asked me, I keep talking about wanting this relationship like what you have, but then someone asked me, well, what does that look like? And I couldn't answer the question a year ago. I didn't know what it looked like, but I can tell you with certainty now, I do know what that looks like. It looks healthy. It doesn't look abusive. It looks supportive. It looks like coming home after having to deal with the world and having someone that I don't have to explain to how difficult my day has been. Do I have that? No, I don't have it currently, but at least I know I have the capacity to be welcoming to that. But I think I've also learned that I cannot have all of these expectations of someone who I want in my life if I'm not having expectations for myself. And so I've set some expectations for myself. I've had conversations with myself, not the kind you have when you've been drinking, but the kind when you're trying to get some insight about what your motivations are. And I think I expect myself to keep fighting through the current day. If I can make it through this day, I'm good.
This past year, I think, has been a growing year for me. I learned some things that I wanted to change about myself that I hadn't opened my eyes to. And so I think right now I'm just in a year of growing, learning, and having a family. You have to learn that it's not about yourself, And I think that I didn't realize that I had kind of like some selfishness about me. And I always thought I was like the one, I give to everyone, I love. But, like deeper down, I think I learned that you have to like give emotionally and also not always think about yourself, but think about like what's best for my mother, what's best for my wife, what's best for my children. And so I think that I learned that I need to grow up a little bit. At 32, I needed to grow up, and I think emotionally grow up. And so that's one thing. And also learning to get something and stick with it.
I think last year when we originally taped, we had like just gotten married or only been married a few months, and we were really excited about that because we got married within 9 months of being together. We were only together 9 months when we got married, and we were like, we're about to do this perfect. We're not gonna be like every other couple. We're not gonna have any problems. We're gonna rock the shit out and just be perfect. And then y'all taped and everything was awesome, and then the camera stopped rolling and life kept happening and it was not perfect. And we had some of the same, all of those things that we said that weren't going to happen. A lot of those things happened, and we had some really humbling experiences within our marriage, and we kind of got to know each other during our first year of marriage, like the same way many people would dating. So I think just through that process, I've learned a lot about myself. I moved from Detroit to the suburbs when we got married. I learned how ratchet I really am. I thought it was like this much, it's like this much.
Did you just say ratchet?
And yeah, I've learned how I truly feel about Detroit even. Having left it, like I can really like see it a little bit better now, and I know how I feel, and I know how much Detroit has influenced who I am as a woman and everything like that. And I think through this year, I've just learned, like, I'm not a patient person. I've learned some of the negative shit people say about me. It might be true. If 10 people keep saying it, it might be true. They might, not just be hating. So I've learned to take criticism a little bit more. I haven't learned to do anything with it besides accept it right now, but maybe next year, So I've learned that, marriage is a process and not a day. It's not just a wedding day, but it's a whole process of learning somebody else and learning to coexist with that person, kind of not being forced, but sometimes the only thread holding the situation together is the marriage, or or the lease, or joint account or some shit like that. So I've learned to also try to depend on somebody else, and that I do have a constant person in my life. I'll be all gay.
She learned on the shit.
Not what happened.
Iology Inc., an innovative, navigational, and creative company that works with its clients from the inside out. We believe in walking our clients hand in hand, from concept creation to brand management. Our innovative process assists our clients in conceptualizing, developing, building, rebuilding, or restructuring their lives, businesses, and brands. Are you ready to be seen, heard, and remembered? Contact us at iologyinc.com.
Well, like, you want to be happy, you want because I haven't been in a relationship since 2008, and that person was a Gemini. That took a toll on my life, and then it was, I went with somebody because I didn't want to be alone no more. I was tired of being alone, and I felt like I should have got to know her because of the type of person I am. I keep it professional because of the street side, because I grew up in the streets. So now I'm trying to appeal to a crowd because of this book. I had to change my whole life, and then here you go, and I meet you, and then you get upset because I'm not trying to tell you or control you, but this is what I don't like, and it's like it's not being accepted. So then you get mad because I gave you these, but who want to keep fighting? You know what I mean? So I just learned not to just jump into something and get to know a person first. And when it's meant for me to be with somebody, then it will, it will be.
Has anything about your life choice changed? Your decision to be you, or how you walk in that decision, has anything about that changed?
I'm definitely out more than I ever was before. And
how? Because I had images.
Yeah, because so it's one thing to be out, and it's another thing to be able to talk about being out. And so whereas when we're in company, I talk about it all the time, and when at work I talk about it all the time, but I realize that there are some people in my life who have not accepted it for themselves, that it makes it uncomfortable to talk about it with them. Like my brothers, for example. My brothers know that I'm gay, but that's not a conversation that we're going to sit and just discuss me being gay every time we get together. But I recently did something on Facebook for National Coming Out Day. I just put how proud I am of being out. And of course, some people inbox me and says, "Oh, so good that you came out on Facebook." It's like, you weren't paying attention. I didn't come out on Facebook. I just said how proud I was for being out. And so some people still don't get it. But how I'm out more than before, it's easier to just talk about what I'm feeling about being gay to people that I never talked about it before. Like my mother, for example. She knew. I came out to her before, but now I can really tell her, "Mom, this is what's happening in my life." Or I can put status messages on Facebook that are personal, that give you give you an opportunity to see that I'm not ashamed of who I am. Sometimes being discreet gets confused with being on the low or all these things, and it's not about that for me. It really is about being authentic. And I don't know that I was as authentic as I am right now. I don't feel like I have to censor what I say. I've long since stopped using them and they to refer to a guy that I'm gay.
Right.
But I don't feel the need to do that now. I'm about to be in the club with you in less than 12 months, 40. I'm too damn old to be afraid to talk about who I am any place. And if I can't do that, then I don't need to be in that place.
I've never been... I've always just been me, So if we've just met and you think I'm gay, then you think I'm gay. I don't know what I give. When people, I just know how to be me, and I don't know how to be anything else.
I'm starting to feel myself a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? And it's a positive thing for me. So it's like, I really don't care what the world and him thinks about that, because I feel like this is my life and I'm doing the best I can for me. And that at the end of the day, I have to be who I am, So he can come around with this journey and, accept it as a positive thing, or he can, continue working on his patience. But me, I feel that I am on a good path right now. I want to stay on this path. If those who don't want to be on that train with me, that's fine. Get off. I really don't care. Not trying to be mean or nasty, but this is just how I feel. This is how I feel at 41, and me being on the path that I'm on. Patience or no patience. That's it.
For me, I guess like in an aspect of being out, I've been out for so long, and it's been the same for me. I'm out at work. I've always been out at work. I'm out socially, out with my parents, everyone. So that just doesn't change. Yeah, for me, I'm not changing when it comes to like being out and how I walk. That's always been the same. Been the same for a very long time.
I don't know if it's changed a lot. Me and one of my friends, Keisha Watkins, started Smear Lipstick, which is the Film Invisibility Project, and it's about bringing awareness and sisterhood to specifically the film community within the LGBTQA community. So I think because of that, I have to be a lot more vocal about being filmed, but that's usually within the community that I'm already out in. Well, I'm out everywhere, but that's usually within the community. The only some differences that have came up, well, my son is in 2nd grade, I'm having another baby, and I've never, when I had Patrick, I went through most of that pregnancy alone. I went to doctor's appointments alone and everything. But with this baby, Joe and I go together, so we kind of study and pay attention to how we're received at doctor's offices and at his elementary school and places like that. Because when I'm by myself, I'm assumed to be heterosexual, so my orientation doesn't come up. Or even if people are homophobic, I wouldn't see it because they wouldn't assume me to be lesbian. So I think that mostly I'm learning how that with people I have to deal with. My attitude at one point was, if you had a problem with me being gay, that's your own personal problem. I don't have no problem with it, so I'm moving on. But now, like, I have to deal with these people. I have to worry about how other parents feel about me, if that's why my son didn't get invited to something, or, you know, things like that. And I have to worry about what treatment I'm going to receive at a doctor's office and those type of situations that I hadn't thought about previously. But other than that, I've been out I can't even remember not being out. So I don't think about changing it or it being any different. I just have to deal with new groups of people while being out.